Hey guys, what's up? It's Matson115 here. In this video, I'm going to do an overview of challenge modes in Mist Pandaria Classic, including rewards, how they do, how to gear and prepare for them, basically. Now, they have 4 tiers of difficulty: Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze. I got all Platinums on my Warlock, but not on my Warrior, because no one asked me to play Warrior. Anywho, so of course for getting all gold challenge modes, you get a class-specific transmog set, an awesome looking one. Okay, these have special effects when you run, use an ability, or slash roar in some cases. Pretty cool, right? Huh? And for silver, you get 1 phoenix egg, and you can use to buy 1 of these mounts, which are unfortunately not account-wide. Really sucks, but oh well. And for bronze, you get the Undaunted title. Nothing too special there. Oh, and then for individual dungeons on gold, you get a teleport. All of these share an 8-hour cooldown, but that cooldown is reset upon completing a challenge mode. It's a nice, helps you get around the world more. Now, one thing to note is that outside that all your gear and challenge mode is scaled down to 460 for your item level, but gems and enchants are unaffected, which is pretty nice. Of course, this means you want to have as many gems as you can get. Of course, there's not a whole lot right now in Phase 2, Season 1, because Throne of Thunder isn't out yet. But anyway, what's also not affected are hit and expertise caps. Everything else will be scaled down, but your hit chance and your hit and expertise chance will remain the same as if you were outside a challenge mode, which is nice. So this is super important to hit things. Now let's do professions. Stock those. A must-have is engineering for many reasons. The Tinkers got a parachute. I mean Goblin Glider, not parachute. That's a different thing from WoD. Or sorry. Wrath of the Lich King. Synapse Springs, 10-second buff to your primary stat. It's on a 1-minute cooldown. You can put it on. You can macro it to your major cooldowns like Recklessness, Bloodbath, or Blood Fury if you're an orc. It's also Invisibility Field, but that's not recommended because that will require everyone to be engineering, which they should be, especially if you're going for platinum. But that, unfortunately, that's mutually exclusive with Nitro Boost, which is far more useful. If you're gonna go, so instead of Invisibility Field, you'll want to use Venerable Potion of Invisibility or an Invisibility Potion, whatever. But the thing about platinums is that you're strapped for time there, so you may instead opt to use. Oh yeah, by the way, you can stack this Dark Order potion with your Nitro Boost to go super fast. But anyway, you may want to sometimes instead use a DPS potion like this, if you're a warrior, for example, because well, doing damage is honestly more important than skipping trash, especially if you can just kill that trash without much problem, like with Brewmaster Monk. So I just know what they're doing, that is. And also for engineering, there's reinforced retinal armor. Well, one of the goggles that has a meta gem, as well as 2 cogwheel sockets. This because I'm using it for expertise and hit, to allow myself to put on gear that has more damaging stats. There's also Ghost Iron Dragonling. You don't need to be engineering for this, but you do need to be engineering for the cogwheel sockets, I'm pretty sure. Okay, well no you don't, but hey, it means you can craft it yourself without having to buy the thing. This is something kind of only tanks use though, the Dragonling that is. I don't know why, but whatever. Now for trinkets, oh yeah, alchemy. It's another thing that many classes use because you need that to get this Zen Alchemist Stone. It's really good for a lot of classes. And for those that it's not, they can just instead opt for leatherworking, so they can use Drums of Speed to give the group a little speed boost. 15%, not too big, but better than nothing. Anyway, the other trinket you'll want is a relic. One of those Dark Moon cards of the Mist. Preferably Relic of Yuan, or either Relic of Zuin. There's one for strength and one for agility. You'll just want the raw DPS ones. Relic of Chi-Chi, the healing one, is fine, but not exactly... I don't know. Look, it doesn't matter, man. The intellect is far better for throughput, and it'll help you heal better, and whatever. Okay, now the first thing that's gonna be useful for challenge modes is the battle horn. It drops from a guy named Blackhoof who spawns around here, chopping at a dead Mushan. He's pretty heavily camped, so you might have a hard time. But anyway, what the toy does is very simple. Reserve thing after a cast within 40 yards. I'll go over specifics of that in challenge room videos. Anyway, the other toy here is Salian Battle Banner. It drops from Salian War Scout who patrols this area next to where Galleon spawns. It's not up, but hey, here's how that Battle Banner works. So let's say you're doing a skip or you accidentally aggro something. Well, it's not supposed to be used for skips, but hey, here's what. See, you drop combat. Though make sure you don't have any pets out, or it will ruin the thing. Now for a thing that's especially important for healers is Restorative Amber. Requires you to be honored with Klaxi, but you shouldn't have any problem getting that if you're just living for a Dread Waste, especially if you have Grand Commendation of the Klaxi already. Anyway, how this works is that it stuns you for 10 seconds, but restores mana at twice the rate that food like this does. And this is important because you cannot afford breaks in challenge modes, especially if you're going for Platinum. And the downside of that is that you need to be out of combat to use this. So you'll have to really be careful. And here I come to a dead guy who drops Rod of Amber Shaping. That is unfortunately not a toy. So you gotta get on each individual character. Anyway, the Rod of Amber Shaping, it just stuns the target for 1 minute, but any damage breaks it, so you gotta be super careful not to break that. Anyway, of course, if time permits it, you can use your Battle Banner to get far. Well, after getting far away from it, use your Battle Banner to escape and get out of combat. Pretty easy. Well, guys, that's all I have to tell. That's all I can tell you to prepare for challenge modes. I hope I'm not missing anything. If there is, please comment it below, because I'm pretty terrible at ad-libbing, man. I had to ad-lib this whole guide because I didn't write a script. But anyway, all that was useful stuff mentioned, drums of speed, boots, visibility potions, and that rod, the battle horn, they'll get toy versions as rewards for completing the individual Platinum Challenge modes in Phase 3 of Mist Pandaria Classic. Hope this, guys, helps you get ready for challenge modes in MoP Classic, and please like, comment, and subscribe for my occasional video, please.